Welcome, everyone. We're so happy to have you here this evening. I just have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You'll be able to use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Please know that your camera and your microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions that's happening, so make sure you sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within 1 week at the same website that you registered on. So I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we are going to start with the University of Arkansas.
Hi, y'all. My name is Lexi Metter. I'm an assistant director here with the University of Arkansas, and I'm so glad that you guys have joined us. The University of Arkansas is located in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is a quick 2-hour direct flight from Denver. So not too far, but not too close at the same time. Fayetteville is ranked in the top 5 best places to live in the United States, and we have been for the past 4 years. So this is something that we're super proud of. Our town only has 85,000 people in it. So it is that small quintessential college town that you see in the movies and the TV shows. It's a little quirky, weird, and funky, but something about Fayetteville is super unique. We're also located in the Ozark Mountains, so a little different than the Rockies, but still mountain scenery, and we do get all 4 seasons in Fayetteville, which is a really big perk for a lot of our students. On campus, there's over 400 student organizations for our students to get involved with. Those range from student government to cultural, religious, and spiritual organizations, special interest groups, club and intramural sports, Greek life, you name it, and we probably have it. And then, of course, we are a Division I school in the Southeastern Conference, so a really big sporting atmosphere if that's what you're looking for. We have over 200 academic programs that are going to be housed within 6 different academic colleges. Those colleges are the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences, our Fay Jones School of Architecture and Design, our Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Education and Health Professions, our College of Engineering, and our Sam M. Walton College of Business. Some of those most notable programs are going to be our Supply Chain Management program, Animal Science, Poultry Science, Biology, Nursing, and Psychology. You can also see on this page that we have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. That doesn't mean all of your classes are going to be 18 students to 1 professor, but we like to keep the majority of our classes pretty small. We have just under 28,000 students on our campus, and your average class size is 30 students to a class. So even though we have a lot of students and we are a big school atmosphere, we keep those classes pretty small, and it's something that we are really proud of and excited that we can tell our students that you will get to know your professors, but also get to know the other students in your classes as well. Something I also like to touch on is that we are an institution that is heavily rooted in our traditions, my favorite being Senior Walk that you can see on the screen here. So any student that graduates from the University of Arkansas gets their name etched into our sidewalk. So if you graduate with your bachelor's, your master's, and your PhD, your name is forever in our sidewalk 3 different times. And it's a really cool mark that you get to leave on our campus, come back years from now, show your friends and your family the legacy that you left here in Fayetteville. Now on to admission requirements. Our application is open on the Common App as well as our own institutional application. It is essentially going to be based on your high school GPA on a 4.0 scale. We have test optional, test flexible, and test required options that again are based on your GPA. So if you're test optional, you need a 3.2 GPA or higher to not need a test score. If you are between a 2.75 and a 3.19, we either need an ACT or SAT or what we call the Next Gen AccuPlacer test, which you can take on our website that will test you in reading, math, and English. And it's kind of like the SAT, ACT, but shorter, and we can use it in lieu of the SAT, ACT score. If you are below a 2.74 GPA on a 4.0 scale, you are required for an ACT or SAT score. Our application deadline is November 15th, so if you're interested in applying to Arkansas, I would recommend you hopping on that pretty soon, as November 15th is sneaking up on us as we are almost in October here. And then we have a priority scholarship deadline of December 1st, so keep that in mind as well. One thing I also want to touch on here is going to be our new Arkansan non-resident tuition award scholarship, the NRTA for short. This is our automatic scholarship, and my seniors that are on here tonight, this has become test optional for seniors. In the past, it's historically based on a GPA as well as an SAT or ACT score, but this year it is GPA only, and as you can see, to receive a 50% award, you need a 3.2 high school GPA or higher on a 4.0 scale. An 80% award is a 3.6 GPA or higher on a 4.0 scale. A little bit more about this scholarship in detail is there's about a $16,000 difference between what an in-state resident of Arkansas pays and what an out-of-state resident of Arkansas pays. Depending on which award you qualify for, we will cover 50 or 80% of that $16,000 difference and bring you really close to what an in-state resident of Arkansas is paying in terms of tuition. Now, seniors, you also have all of senior year to earn this. So you have your mid-year senior GPA as well as your final senior year GPA to submit to either qualify for you, or if you're in between the 50 and 80 in terms of GPA and you earn that 80 by the end of senior year, we'll bump you up to the 80%. And I know I'm running a little bit short on time here, so last but not least is my contact information. I cover all of Colorado. I may be based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas, but I do come to Colorado in a normal sense when things are back to normal. So please feel free to take down my email as well as my phone number. It is a cell phone, so you can call or text it. But that is it for me here at the University of Arkansas. Thank you guys so much.
Great, thank you. And next up is Loyola University in New Orleans.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ricky Alarcon with Loyola University in New Orleans. I'm also a regional rep here in the Dallas area, but my territory covers pretty much Western US. Loyola University is a small private Jesuit institution located, of course, in the city of New Orleans. We are actually located in the uptown area. So for those students that are looking for a small environment, everyone kind of knows everyone on campus, you'll know your professors. That's the kind of institution that we offer. A liberal arts college as well. So we offer a lot of different programs, and we highly encourage our students to double major, add minors to their program. Again, really quickly, less than around 3,100 students, average class size 21. And then just to break down our freshman class and where they're coming from, we do have a lot of our students come from out of state, Texas, California, Florida, typically our top 3 areas. Colorado, we got quite a few this last year, so I'm proud of getting those students to come down here to the warmer climates of New Orleans. And then our female male breakdown, and of course our students of color, we highly brag about our students, and they come from all over, bringing diverse backgrounds with them and their ideas. Again, I mentioned that Loyola University is located in the uptown area. This is actually Audubon Park, which is right in front of our campus with a lot of walking paths, biking trails, green space for students to kind of lounge either before or after class. And this is our iconic streetcar that kind of goes throughout the city and actually will run in front of our campus, Loyola University, right here off of St. Charles Street. One thing I didn't know about Loyola is that since 2013, there's a lot of films and TV shows that are made here in New Orleans. So we kind of got the name Hollywood of the South. So we are a private school. We are a Catholic Jesuit institution. So what that means is our philosophy, our mantra here is men and women for and with others. Again, we see a lot of students that want to be involved in community service, whether that be outreach here locally with the city of New Orleans, or they could do a study abroad program, service learning projects overseas. But again, our mantra is to be good ambassadors to others. So we highly encourage our students to be involved in that. Again, it's not required, but our students do feel, especially during this time, a lot of a place to make a difference. So they find their place here on campus. Some of our programs and what we offer here at Loyola, we kind of divided in 3 colleges. Most of our students will know us for our music and media programs, such as filmmaking, music industry studies, which is the business, you learn the business side of the music industry. We do have our traditional music, which is performance, vocal or instrumental. But again, theater happens to be very popular as well, especially musical theater. Our number 2 area is probably our business school, which of course has a lot of our traditional programs: management, accounting, economics, marketing. And of course, the third program, probably third area, is our pre-health, pre-science. We do offer biology. We do offer marine biology since we're here by the ocean. A lot of our students can start doing research as soon as their freshman year. Again, building that resume for graduate school, medical school. And probably 4 is our 4 is psychology, and 5 is criminology. So those are probably our top 5 areas. Again, we encourage our students to get involved in research very early. So we have all our different types of labs and research opportunities for our students. Again, we do have a law school. And so those students that want to go into law can go into that. But I mentioned earlier, biology, chemistry kind of leads that area there too. Our College of Business has different areas. Again, we are AACSB accredited. So again, we're having great programs for our students with great outcomes. And of course, I mentioned earlier, music and media. So this is our, like I said, a lot of our students, especially looking for programs like such as music therapy or urban and electronic music production. So those programs where students that love to be writers, song producers, beat writers, audio engineers, they can find their niche in their programs here. So I kind of want to talk really briefly about our admission requirements. So for this year, since we're seeing a lot of students having difficulties taking their exams, SAT, ACT, cancellations, them showing up to test sites and not being turned away. So we are test blind at our institution, meaning that we are not requiring test scores for either admissions and scholarships. So what we'll look at more is we'll focus for the admissions part, we'll look at their GPA, the rigor of their coursework. We'll look at if they're taking AP, IB, AP, pre-AP, and dual credit. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at the students' letters of recommendation. We do require at least one. We'll look at the personal statement from the student, which is the essay, and the resume. So here are the deadlines for our upcoming year. For students that want to get our leadership scholarships, we tell students to apply early, November 1st. But also here's our additional, students for music and media, they do have additional portfolio, interview, or auditions that they'll have to submit. But definitely give me a call. You'll have my contact information. I believe they'll have that available to you. But with that, I'll leave to our next presenter, Tulane University. Thank you.
Thanks so much. We are now moving on to Tulane University.
Good. Everyone see me? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Mackenzie Kozajay, and thank you all for taking some time to learn a little bit more about Tulane University. I am the rep for the Colorado area, and when we do return to normal travel, I will be the one who will be visiting your schools. I'm sad to not be able to do that this year, but hopefully this is bringing a little virtual taste of New Orleans to you. So we are also located in uptown New Orleans, about 5 miles from the downtown CBD area. But here are just some couple of stats that definitely speak to our university and to our student body. So we've been consistently ranked in the top 5 for happiest students in the last several years, and consistently ranked #1 in engaged in community service for several years. For quite a few years now. #3 best college city, definitely a great place to extend off campus into the city of New Orleans, and #41 amongst our peer institutions. When you are accepted to Tulane University, you're actually accepted into what's known as Newcomb-Tulane College, and that houses all 5 of our undergraduate schools, shown here: the School of Liberal Arts, Science and Engineering, our business school, the School of Public Health, and then our School of Architecture. The nice thing about Tulane is that we really do want you to have the opportunity for ultimate academic flexibility. When I actually applied to Tulane University, I came in as a pre-med, and then I actually ended up with a Bachelor's of Fine Arts as a degree. my painting behind me. So just to show you that you can change your mind, you can dual major, you can major and minor in different fields. And we really like that opportunity for our students to be able to build their own path. Here are a few pictures of our campus and some of the academics. Our Goldring and Woldenberg business complex, sort of our Tilton, which is our anthropology department down there in the far right, and then some students actually studying outside. So we have a wonderful weather down here in New Orleans, and our students and faculty absolutely will teach outside and be outside studying or exploring the city. As far as academics here, we are a medium-sized institution, which means about 7,500 undergrad and about 1,800 in an incoming freshman class. That does keep our class sizes on the smaller side of about 18 to 22 students, keeping that ratio of about 8:1 for the student to faculty ratio. And that's something we really like about our classes. It really makes our faculty more accessible. They will know you by name, they will call on you in class, and they will have open office hours to be sure that you're succeeding. And it really breeds for a more or a less competitive environment when you're in the classroom. And we have over 75 majors across all 5 of those schools. I'm gonna skip that one. But we are in the top 2% of research institutions across the country. And what that really means for us is that we do receive quite a bit of grant funding to do all kinds of research across 93 different institutes and centers across the city of New Orleans. And there's research, even, you know, some of it like medical research, like you just saw in the previous picture, but we have students doing market research in our business school, or even ecological students doing conservation efforts for our coastal wetlands. So there's lots of opportunities and ways to get involved. And the nice thing about this research opportunity is they're readily available to our students to get involved even as soon as the end of your freshman year, whereas most other institutions with this research level of capacity are usually reserved for upperclassmen or even grad school students. So anyway, giving our students an opportunity to get hands-on. This is a picture, obviously some of these are before COVID with large masses of students, and we do hope to be able to provide these experiences again. But some of our sporting events and even Crawfest, which is one of the largest student-run music festivals in the country that actually takes place on our campus every spring. So something we look forward to hopefully returning to our campus. Here we have over 250 student-led clubs and organizations, everything from some of your more traditional clubs like our student-run newspaper, The Hullabaloo, or our student-run radio station, WTUL, but then there's also some really wacky clubs like our live-action role-playing group or our Quidditch team. So if you have an idea for a club, we're always open to that here. I would say about 60% of our students do participate and study abroad. Right now, we are unfortunately not sending our students abroad, but when it is safe to return to these programs, we do offer them in over 100 countries, over 100 programs across 40 different countries. We do have Greek life here on campus. It is a second semester rush, so that does give you a little bit of time to kind of figure things out before deciding whether or not you want to take on a Greek life. And then we are also home to 16 Division I athletic teams and club and intramural sports. I do always like to touch on our service learning requirement. So we were one of the first institutions to require service learning as part of our core curriculum, which means that our students complete around 400 hours of service while they're at Tulane University. And this is a great way for our students to get off campus, explore the city, and really even have some things that they can put on their resume. Our architecture students actually spend their entire senior year doing this project to help build houses around New Orleans. So that brings me to sort of the city of New Orleans, which I could talk about all day, and I know I do not have enough time to, but it is a great place to explore, whether that's to go listen to live music, have some good food, or go catch a Mardi Gras parade. Again, there's the streetcar like our neighbors at Loyola were showing. And then here I wanted to touch on our application deadlines as well. So here they are listed, and I'll go ahead and have my contact information on the next slide. But basically we have our early action, which is binding by November 1, early action, which is non-binding by November 15th, and then regular decision by January 15th. So that's kind of it for me. And my contact information is here, and they'll share it as well. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And thanks for taking the time to hear about Tulane.
Thank you. Next up is Mississippi State University.
Hi everyone, I'm Ann Browning Wilson with Mississippi State University. And Mississippi State is a Division I SEC school. We've got about 22,000 students, so we're going to be mid-size in our conference, not quite as big as a Texas A&M, but not quite as small as a Vanderbilt. We have this slide says 20-1, but actually 17-1 student to faculty ratio this year. And we are located in Starkville, Mississippi. So Starkville is a small historic college town. You're going to get kind of that quintessential college experience. And for those of you that are coming further away, we do have a local airport that's very easy to fly into. It has a free shuttle that comes from the airport to campus and to town. We're also right in the middle of Memphis, Birmingham, and Jackson. So you've got three pretty big southern cities around you. We do have over 400 student organizations on campus, so there's lots to get involved in at Mississippi State. You're going to find everything from Greek life, political groups, religious organizations, lots of things with our diversity, Holmes Cultural Diversity Center, so experiencing other cultures, intramural sports. So pretty much anything that you're looking for that you maybe do in high school or might want to do in college, you're going to be able to find at Mississippi State. We are a Tier 1 research university at Mississippi State, and we do have 8 academic colleges. We're a land-grant university, so what that means is we're known for things typically based in agricultural and mechanical programs. Our agriculture is going to be top 10 in the country, and it's going to have all of your farming and those kinds of things, but there's also some really unique programs, like our fashion design program is housed in that college, and they really work from going from crop to clothing, so you're getting that full spectrum. We are the only accredited architecture program in the state of Mississippi. So if you're part of our College of Architecture, Art and Design, it is a hands-on, totally studio-based experience. For those of you interested in architecture, it is a separate application process. So just be aware of that. College of Arts and Sciences is probably going to be our largest college at Mississippi State, and it's going to house most of your kind of pre-med, pre-law tracks, your arts and sciences, and then some really unique programs like our geosciences. We're one of the top broadcast meteorology programs in the country. So you have some sort of unique routes that you can take in the College of Arts and Sciences. Our College of Business is going to have all of your typical business things, economics, finance, but some really interesting things. We are number 6 in the world for entrepreneurship research. So if you're interested in starting a company, we fund our students to actually do that, and they get to keep, kind of like Shark Tank, but they get to actually keep all of their proceeds. You don't have to give part of your company away. We also are the 2nd oldest PGA golf management program in the country, and that is housed in the College of Business as well. College of Education is going to have your typical education programs. We are the only university that has a public middle school on our campus, so you're going to get hands-on teaching experience. It's also home to one of our largest programs, kinesiology. Mississippi State is probably most well known for our College of Engineering, where you're going to find things like mechanical and electrical, computer engineering, but then some more specific programs like aerospace engineering, petroleum engineering, cybersecurity, those sorts of programs. And then last but not least for undergrad programs is our College of Forest Resources. It's going to have typical forestry kinds of programs, but then you're also going to see things like sustainable bioproducts, where we're doing research working with IKEA to test the strength of their furniture. And then finally, we do have a College of Vet Medicine. We are one of 30 accredited vet schools in the country, and the largest under one roof. We also offer an early entry program. So if you're interested in studying vet medicine, I would encourage you to check that out. If you're looking for a more rigorous college experience, the Shackles Honors College is a great way to do that. They do a study abroad exchange with Oxford in England, and it is a residential college. So to become a Bulldog, it's very simple. We have our own application. We're also on the Common App and the Coalition app, so you can apply online. There's a $40 application fee, or we will take a fee waiver form. You can send us your official test scores, either SAT or ACT, and we will super score. And this year we are test optional. And then finally, your high school transcripts. We are rolling admission, so it takes about 2 weeks to get a decision. So it's very fast. And if you're a transfer student, the process is the same. Send us your community college or college transcripts, and you'll get that decision quickly. We offer amazing scholarships. We have a non-resident award that can cover up to 100% of your out-of-state tuition, amazing national merit packages, veterans waiver, lots of different leadership, service, and departmental awards that you can stack. So just be aware of those deadlines. And then this year, we are also offering a need-based award. I'm going to leave you. The last thing is to visit campus. We are currently doing campus visits. So if you're interested in coming in person, you can come see our residence halls, meet with faculty. If you're still socially distanced, you can do virtual tours as well. So you have lots of great options there. And then last but not least, I'll leave you my contact info. If you have any questions, I am your Colorado rep. So please feel free to call or email me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Anne. And guys, don't forget that you can put your questions in the chat if you haven't done so already. Next up is the University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt Wilmer, and I am the Regional Admissions Counselor for the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Although I am a regional that's based in Atlanta, Georgia, I do get the privilege of working with students from the state of Colorado. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys this afternoon, as well as work with you throughout the enrollment process. Just a little bit about UAB. We are located in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. We cover 100 blocks of the city. Now that is because we are primarily known for being the medical college of Alabama. We have 5 UAB branded hospitals that are located directly on our campus. So students as early as their freshman year get shadowing opportunities and internship opportunities within one of our 5 hospitals located directly on campus. Undergraduate, we cover about 19 blocks. So it is a lot more condensed. You're not spread out all over the city. If you look here at this picture on the screen, a lot of the brick buildings that are in the forefront of the picture is UAB. You'll see some of our hospitals that are kind of scattered throughout there. Undergraduate, we are considered a mid-sized school. We're about 14,000 students for undergraduate. Total, we're right at 22,500. We have students from over 100 different countries represented on our campus. We offer diversity on campus, but also we do have that urban setting as well as green space as well. Although we are known for being the medical college of Alabama, we do have 120 different majors. Now, of course, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all 120 different majors for you. If you want to go online to uab.edu/degrees, then you'll be able to see the full list of all of our majors. Just a couple of our schools to touch on here. We have College of Art and Sciences. That is our largest one that houses over 30 different programs. You'll see some of our joint school and medicine programs there for bioinformatics, cancer biology, genetics and genomic sciences, immunology and neuroscience. But it also does house theater and musical theater. And a lot of other different programs too. So it's a very diverse school with our College of Art and Sciences. We do have the Collat School of Business. That's probably our second most common school right after our College of Art and Sciences. We did build a brand new building last year so that we offer new resources for our business students. We do have our School of Education. We have our School of Engineering, our School of Health Professions, School of Public Health, and our School of Nursing. So again, if you want to go online to uab.edu/degrees, you can see a lot more of these majors in depth. Our School of Nursing, we are in the top 15 programs in the country for School of Nursing. So we're really excited about the new simulation labs that we built on campus last year that really gives students hands-on experience. We do have a direct acceptance program into our School of Nursing for students who qualify. That is a 25 or higher on the ACT and a 3.5 or higher GPA. We also do have an early medical school acceptance program. So it is an 8-year program. We call it MSAT for short. It is a traditional 8-year program with the 4 years undergraduate and the 4 years of medical school, but students are able to apply for the early medical school acceptance program. We do have an honors college on campus. Students who qualify are automatically given an offer, and it's up to the students if they want to accept that offer or not. We have two different pathways. We have the personalized and the specialized. About 1/3 of our students are involved in the honors college. So it is a very popular program on campus. To qualify, you have to have a 28 or higher on the ACT or the equivalent SAT and a 3.5 or higher GPA. If you're accepted into the honors program, you're automatically accepted into the personalized program, which is where you get to design your own curriculum. If you want to be a part of one of our 3 very specialized programs, and that is an additional interview as well as application. So if you want to go online to uab.edu/honors, then you can find out more information there. Campus life on UAB. These, like as mentioned before, these pictures were of course pre-COVID. Now all of our students are of course wearing masks on campus and keeping a social distance. But we do have over 300 different organizations on campus. So we're excited that those are still growing. Each year we get to add more as students are more interested. That includes everything from our sports to religious organizations, to student government, to Greek life. It really just involves whatever you might have interest in. And we always encourage students to check those out. Now, applying to UAB, we are on the Common App as well as we do have the personalized application on our website. So the first step, of course, is to submit your application. There is a $40 application fee unless you have a fee waiver. Ask your high school to send your official transcript to us, or they can send it to me directly if they would like to, as well as your test scores. At this moment, we are still requiring some type of ACT or SAT test score, although we do realize that it's been difficult for students to register for tests, so we are flexible and can work with students accepting a PSAT score. These are our out-of-state merit-based scholarships. You can go online to uab.edu/scholarships to learn more about the scholarships that we offer. These are automatic. So your application to UAB is also your application for one of these scholarships based off of your GPA and test score. We do have institutional scholarships that you can apply for as well that open October 1st. We do offer visit options if you go online to uab.edu/visit. And then if you want to find my contact information online, then you can do so as well. Thank you.
Great. We are ready for our final institution, the University of Alabama.
There we go. So following up University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, we are part of the same system, but we operate very independently of each other. So just be aware of that as you're applying. Hi y'all, I'm Beth Hodge. I'm the local regional recruiter for the University of Alabama based in Castle Rock. And as a proud graduate of the university and an Alabama native, I'm excited to have the opportunity to share with you tonight just a quick preview of what the university has to offer. While many people think of the University of Alabama as a football school, and in all honesty, that's a label we proudly carry, the University of Alabama has a rich tradition of excellence in academics, student life, and community service. But living in Colorado, you may be wondering how a school over 1,200 miles away could be just the right fit for you. So here are just a few things that draw students from Colorado to the University of Alabama. As a student at the university, you'll grow and excel in an unrivaled academic environment on our campus, routinely named one of the most impressive in the country. Equipped with unmatched opportunities and resources Alabama offers, there is no limit to what you can dream and achieve on our campus. We've got about 33,000 undergraduates, so we are a large university, but we keep that small campus, small community feel. In fact, 60% of our classes have fewer than 30 students in them. And as an out-of-state student, you're in the majority on our campus with close to, oh, and I forgot to. As an out-of-state student, you're in the majority on campus with close to 60% of our students coming from outside the state of Alabama. So it makes meeting people and getting involved really easy. And with over 200 different academic programs, and a diverse student population, we're big enough, but yet small enough for you to discover your legendary path. Our vibrant student life is another draw to our campus. We encourage our students to get involved outside the classroom and make it easy for you to do that. We've got over 600 different student organizations designed to fit the diverse interests of our students. If you're interested in it, we probably have it. Whether your interests are in music, arts, politics, Greek life, campus ministries, sports, or something else, we're sure to have something that will fit your needs. And our students also have a very generous spirit of community service. Last year, our students logged more than 1 million hours of service to the Tuscaloosa and West Alabama communities. One of the biggest draws to the University of Alabama is our affordability. In many instances, it can be just as affordable to attend the University of Alabama as it is to stay in the state in Colorado. And we make it affordable by rewarding academic excellence. Approximately 40% of our students qualify for automatic merit-based scholarships. So out-of-state students with at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA and 25 ACT or 1200 SAT, or a 3.0 GPA and a 27 ACT or 1260 SAT will receive scholarships listed on this page, which range from $6,000 a year for 4 years up to $28,000 a year for 4 years. Now, if you don't have test scores or aren't happy with the score you have, don't worry. We announced new scholarships last week, which will be based on your GPA and the information you submit in your scholarship application. This is where your extracurriculars, honors, leadership, work experience, and special circumstances will be considered, and you should really brag on your accomplishments. These competitive academic scholarships also range from $6,000 a year for 4 years up to $28,000 a year for 4 years, and can be stacked with any departmental and alumni association scholarships awarded. In order to be considered for the competitive scholarships, you must be admitted to the university and have submitted your scholarship application no later than January 15th. Now, college is a big investment, and outcomes may be a big part of your consideration as you're weighing your options. An Alabama education has no limits or boundaries. From Warner Media to Mercedes-Benz, the holistic opportunities for current students, such as internships, undergraduate research, co-ops, and education abroad are endless. In fact, we're ranked #2 in the nation for internship placements. And with almost 250,000 alumni in the university, our network is far-reaching, local, national, and global. And while over 40% of our graduates chose to stay in Alabama, actually, our placements are nationwide with students employed in Denver, Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, from coast to coast and everywhere in between. From the athletics field to the research lab, there are a range of opportunities available to you at the University of Alabama. Did you know that we're consistently a leader in enrollment of national merit finalists, currently ranked number 5 in the country, or that for the 6th consecutive year, the UA robotics team won NASA's grand prize in the robotic mining competition? Whatever you dream, we can help you achieve. Many of our legends have been discovered when taking their first steps onto our beautiful campus and exploring Tuscaloosa. Your journey can start by scanning the QR code on this slide to take a virtual 360-degree tour of our campus. You can also reach out to me to discuss other visit options, including in-person visits, personalized to your individual interests, virtual information sessions, and university days. So you can join the Alabama family by visiting apply.ua.edu. Our application is straightforward and will take you no more than 10 minutes to complete. All you need to do is submit your online application and request your official transcript from your high school. No essays or letters of recommendation are required. We use rolling admission, and once you have a complete application on file, you'll have an admission decision in about 2 weeks. We're continuing to monitor students' ability to take standardized tests and can consider you for a conditional admission if you haven't been able to take the test or haven't had the opportunity to increase your scores yet. So I hope you are excited about the University of Alabama and want to learn more. I'm here as your local recruiter to guide you through the application, admission, and scholarship processes, and I'm more than happy to schedule a Tide chat for you. So, thank you for joining us tonight, and roll Tide.
Thanks, everyone. And now I'd like to turn it over to the panelists. Panelists, have you gotten any questions in the chat, general college search type of questions that you'd like to address verbally?
This is Ricky with Loyola. I got a question from one of the students about our common application. We do accept common application, and there is no application fee. Just to point that out.
We probably have time for one more general college question from the chat if there's anything that didn't get answered.
I can just piggyback off of that real quick. Also here, Mackenzie from Tulane University. I wasn't able to say this, but we do accept the common application or the Tulane application. So feel free to submit either one of those. And it is a zero application fee for us as well. And you are considered for up to $32,000 of merit-based aid just for applying. So things to consider. Thanks.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link for a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. This was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to access this session's recording as well as any other session recordings. Thanks so much and have a great night.